key racist right there.
Nah, I had nothing to do with racism.
It is.
Let's place of them.
We got another place.
Fab and Meek on an Uptown beat like that. I just thought
Why not?
It wasn't there.
I thought the
It's
beat was.
2018. Meek knows what's running.
I thought
right
the
now.
beat was hot. I thought the beat was dope.
You bring out the horns, you gotta come with it.
I thought the beat was the production on it was crazy. I don't know. I mean, I get why he had Fab on it. Fab loves those Dominican, Puerto Rican women. You know, like that's what he does.
Definitely.
At the core of him, he's always been that guy.
Fab is ain't he married now? He got married.
Well, he had to get married because he caught that case.
Well, he knocked her teeth out.
Yeah, she looking like Joel Santana.
Look, man, we're gonna.
Yo, he knocked her teeth out.
He got jokes on
He did.
all the
Knock her
women
teeth
in
out.
there. I mean, it's okay to put hands on
You ever see
women.
Fabulous first video, yo? He had a bunch of Emily B's walking around.
Yeah.
I mean, every single one in there was Emily B.
Anyway.
It wasn't shocking to see her. Like
Nobody said it was okay, but it's okay to laugh sometimes.
Microphone check. Hey, this is the world's most popular barbecue talk. Barbershop talk, man cave conversation. However you like it or dislike it, this is your heavyweight champ of sports talk podcast. This is your opinionated facts. These are your hosts. B-Wave's back in the building. We have my man Red over here. We have my man Jay Ruiz, Mr. Jack. Now, look, I didn't even dice it up or nothing for
You
you
didn't
guys.
disrespect
Yeah,
nobody.
you gotta, the fact that you have to say that you did disrespect is
disrespectful.
exactly. So
It's like with all due respect, can you still get disrespectful?
Nah, because here's where we're going with it. Because I feel though you guys will be highly disrespectful today on this episode.
Nah.
So we'll go.
About what? There's nothing to be disrespectful about.
You guys are naturally disrespectful.
Yeah, but I tone it down for the show, to be honest. But I'm starting not to care, so it's gonna start coming out.
I don't tone it down for the show.
But that's the thing, he doesn't. But we can't have two.
Because I'm not a jerk though. Like I'm not a mean person.
But you enjoy basking in your asshole ways sometimes. It's okay.
Not necessarily.
I think some of you guys definitely get a kick out of being a-hole-ish.
Yeah, well, with age that goes away. So it's kind of like I used to wear that as a badge of honor, and sometimes I would say things around, when we're with each other, and then people that don't know me don't know that it's not an act, but that I'm not really being serious. So I might say something to you, you'd be like, "That's Jack." I say something to somebody else, like a friend of a friend, you're like, "Man, he's an asshole. What's wrong with him?"
Well,
But at this age, I don't really do that because I kind of care what people think about me sometimes.
Anyway, what do we think about the?
We're back.
What do we think about the Meek Mill album? I'm assuming all you got a chance to listen.
I loved it, man. Like I really, cause he's covering everything, man. He'll get on one song, he's, doing what he's doing with Cardi. We're not pretty vulgar stuff.
I mean, a lot of it sounds like a BET special though.
But then he'll come back on what's free, and he'll spit that shit. And he's like grown man. He's been through life experiences, and he's letting you know about it. So it's not like focused on one thing. He's all over the place, and he's using his platform. I turn on CNN, I see Meek.
Yeah.
Sounding very, very, very sophisticated and knowing what he's talking about. And
Meek sophisticated? Don't do that to him.
Hey, he's telling you like me, however old he was when that incident happened with the cops.
Yeah.
Like you really believe me, a black teenager? I pointed a gun at cops and I lived to tell about it. And here he is, 10 years later, he still has to go to court for that. So he said, I don't want to be I forget what the word is, activist. Yeah, like I'm not an activist. I'm just talking about my situation. There's people out there getting convicted and getting killed.
But he is an activist because he's actually doing something.
But he's using his music.
People.
But like I'm just saying what he's
talking about him, like Malcolm Jenkins that you talked about the one day.
Malcolm Jenkins bailed out how many people? 9?
They did.
9 people for Thanksgiving.
I did bring
at
that.
50,000 apiece.
I brought it up at the wrong time. You're right.
Don't disrespect Malcolm. I knew you were about to disrespect Malcolm Jenkins.
He definitely
and Malcolm did exactly what Eric Reed has not done yet, which is nothing.
Well, Eric Reed didn't get no.
Eric Reed hasn't done anything yet.
He didn't get millions.
He didn't do
of
anything
dollars either.
Yeah, he didn't do anything to get anything.
What do you mean?
All he does is just talk.
He stood
Eric
up.
Reed is just an angry person.
Oh.
Malcolm
he
actually went out.
Militant.
He did his protest, and then he went out, got money, and then bailed these people out for Thanksgiving.
He sold out.
He's doing something.
He sold out and got money.
How did he sell out?
He did do a good
Look,
thing.
it's about Meek Mill.
He did do
Talking
a
about
good
Meek
thing.
Mill's album right now. What was your favorite?
Right.
What was your favorite album? What was your favorite song on the album?
I'm like halfway through, so I'm not making a deep.
How the hell are you halfway through, B?
He's a busy
album been out for
man.
4
He's a
days.
I'm a busy man, man. You know, I'm in mid-season right now. There's a lot of film to watch.
It's a lot of driving then, right?
That's what I'm saying. I guess he doesn't listen to music.
No,
you commute to work every day.
I listen to podcasts actually.
You don't want to listen to it.
Ask me about the most recent.
No, I'm asking you about the Meek Mill album. I want to know about that. I want to know what your thoughts on the album.
Well, I'm sorry that you.
What's your thoughts on that album?
Thank you.
Phil Collins. When that Phil Collins comes on,
man,
like it's just,
Meek doesn't miss on the intros.
No, he doesn't. He's
intro's good.
I mean,
great.
He's like 4 for 4 right now for the intros. It's just he doesn't miss. Championships does. The championships are 100 somewhere. I'm not sure which one, but I do.
No, I really like Cold Hearted too.
Cold Hearted, yeah.
I mean, just the whole album, man.
I don't know about the whole album. I don't know about the little Uzi song. I'm not big on that. The 21 Savage song I wasn't big on.
No, it's not something that I'm gonna listen to and repeat. But I know who he knows who he's making music for, so he can't just stay straight with the
right.
You know, he has to. The kids like stuff like that. Cardi comes on the track saying what she says. People like that.
And you knew Cardi. That would sound like a Cardi song that was about to come on.
Right.
You knew she was gonna be on there. That was. I don't care about that song either. I don't care.
I mean, like 5-6 tracks in, I'm not like overly impressed, but there are some tracks on there that are special. But like 6 tracks in, I'm like,
2018 is a great year for music.
I'm proud of Meek. I'm definitely proud of Meek and where he's at with it.
Oh, speaking of music though, I had someone put me onto this album. I would never listen to it. This beautiful person, they told me about this album. I'm like, oh, let me listen to this because I'm 30-something years old. I don't have no business listening to Lil Durk. Lil Durk.
Oh no.
We're not talking about Lil Durk.
No.
Yo,
stop it.
I'm telling you.
No, that's the thing.
It ain't going to be like a lyrical situation. Like, you're not going to go in and, he kills it. Nah. But as far as songs and production put together, the Lil Durk album is, it's crazy.
Speaking, same situation.
It's crazy.
Little Baby.
I don't know. I ain't
Little Baby.
Meek
is on that. Meek is on that because of his name. Because of his name, he's going to automatically say no.
Like, I don't want to talk about rappers that my
people like Lil Baby. Got one of the biggest singles out right now.
Yeah, I don't know how many people over 30 do.
Drip 2, huh? I don't know. It comes on the radio, That's
you want to talk about Lil Durk and his production and songs being made? Like Lil Baby has a.
We're not talking about lyrics, talking about things that you can kind of relate to. That Lil Durk joint, man. I
don't want no part.
It's 20 songs. If he narrowed it down to about 13, you probably have a classic.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you, man.
We're not doing that. It's 30. We're 30 years old. You gotta talk about Lil Baby. You talking about,
hey,
go buy that Lil Baby album, dog.
No.
Come on, man.
Everybody's a little now, and I get it, but I try to be.
Lil Baby got one of the hottest singles out right now.
Yeah.
Albums. That album came.
I listened to the album,
too.
but
I don't give everything a fair shot, but I gave that a fair shot, and I wasn't disappointed. I'm gonna listen to it again, but. It is what it is, man. Like, you want to take a deep dive on something, it won't be Lil Baby, but
or Little whoever.
No, there's some.
The last little rapper I listen to is Wayne.
Hey, you gotta step outside the box sometimes, baby.
No.
You gotta step outside the box, man.
No, I'm not listening.
You're being like me. You're being like me. I wasn't willing to step outside the box.
My kid making me listen to
outside the box
Herbo.
just for a second, man, because there's other stuff out there that you don't know about.
All right, man, we're going. We're talking about this for way too long, man. Meek's album's dope.
Meek's album dope. How do you know? You can't say that because you haven't listened to the whole thing.
I'm listening.
I can say it's pretty.
I don't care if it's bad or not.
Decent.
I don't care if it's bad or not. Like, this is Meek. I'm a Meek fan. I'm proud of where he's at and what he's been through and how he's moving. So get the album, whether it's dope or not. But I'm hearing it's dope. So make sure you go out and show Meek Mill some support. But anyway, we have 2 guys on this podcast who also are showing somebody else support that maybe we shouldn't be showing support to.
No, I'm gonna support
a couple people.
No. He hopping into Kareem Hunt. He's thirsty for this one.
Kareem Hunt.
The same guy that throws up excuses for Bill Cosby
and Ray Rice.
Called me out for. I seen the video. And this is the generation where if there's a video, you're damned. Like,
you're not consistent on anything because you were supportive of Ray Rice.
If he would have knocked her out and dragged her into an elevator, would he still be in the NFL?
I can't help how I feel about certain situations, man.
Then don't call me out for. Yeah, I'm mad at TMZ. They're the one that broke the story. The fact that TMZ is breaking legitimate stories nowadays, that's like a crackhead uncle that's right every now and then.
TMZ is one of the worst
but they
news outlets.
TMZ might be
Why?
trusted.
They're just
news.
dirty.
That's
What?
saying a lot.
All
That's
they
saying
care
a
about
lot.
is destroying people.
Remember what
yo.
TMZ used to be?
Yeah,
And where they've graduated to the point where they're breaking stories and got the, I don't know where he's at in the league, Russian wise. He's top 5, whatever he is. He got cut because the story TMZ broke. The NFL knew about it. The Chiefs knew about it.
They broke that video.
He didn't get cut for what he did. He got caught for lying about it. That's two different things. Like you lie to your employer, they're liable to fire you, and that's fine and dandy. But we're not going to sit here and act like he shouldn't get another chance.
The video made it. It didn't matter if he told the truth. The video coming out made it worse. Just like Ray Rice, he said the things he said about when his incident happened, but then the video came out, and it's like, how do you guys allow this to happen? How can he still be in the league?
Well, let's talk about the actual story behind, like, what happened. What happened was Kareem Hunt was caught on video.
Well, let's start from the beginning. He invited a girl.
He's in Cleveland. He's out of town.
He's out of town. He's bar hopping. He met a girl, a white girl, invited her back to his hotel.
Finds out she's 19.
She's 19 years old. He wants to kick her out, or tries to kick her out. It turns into a situation.
Situation.
She didn't want to be kicked out.
Well,
No.
it's just not that, but because if you're gonna believe her side of the story, you gotta believe his side of the story, or the people that are behind him saying, that she used some choice language. And is he wrong?
I fully believe
he
him.
said she threw the N-word around.
It's not about believing or not believing. Either way, like when you see the video, there's no audio with it. Like it looks bad. TMZ gave me the brutalized headline, and I'm thinking I'm about to watch some horrible shit. Did I? No. I saw a man.
He's right. He's right on that. He's right.
I saw a 25-year-old man in a fucked up situation that he put himself in. He did that to himself. Did he need to react like that? There was women around. He could have had, if he would have a little finger snap and then the girl runs out and beats her ass, is he getting cut? No, because he didn't do anything.
He's right. When the headline comes out, it says brutalizes. I click on the video thinking, like, damn, he whooped her ass. I know he whooped her ass. He said brutalizes.
Yeah, in the group chat, I was like,
his friends didn't even let him really get close to her.
He pushed her.
He basically nudged her with his foot. They say kick.
I'm polite.
It was a nudge. It was a nudge.
You gonna come with the?
I nudge people harder than that.
Yeah.
Not saying it's okay for him to do it. He should absolutely be suspended or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
If he had lost his job,
No.
probably not. But then again, we're talking about a thick-ass black dude kicking a white woman.
Well, the NFL
I think you gotta say pause after thick.
Sorry, I'm not Dwight Howard. I ain't gotta say pause. But you just see that. You see how angry he is, and he kicks this girl while she's kneeling down. So, I mean, it's an issue. Obviously, should he lose his job
and risk not ever having a job again over it? No.
That I don't agree with.
Call me whatever you want to call me, but you want
especially if he's been called the N-word a few times, like he said he was.
Are you guys done yet?
No, we've been done. I want to hear what you're like. I'm not saying anything that you're not thinking.
First of all, he's not saying things you haven't already heard him say.
Exactly. So you might be thinking
waiting.
this, but you don't feel it's politically correct to say it, and that's like.
No, I'm waiting until you're done, and then I'm gonna rebuttal what you guys say. So, okay, regardless of what she did, she could have been 100% wrong, but nobody's ever gonna care anymore because they saw a video of him. First of all, he shoved his boy into her, but he knocked her down, so she banged her head on the wall.
He was just
as she stumbles to get up.
She didn't stumble.
As she's stumbling to get up, like we saw last night with the boxing match, on her way, like she's midway up, like trying to come back, and he gives her like a karate kick to the ribs. Like, yo, that's not okay. And I don't want Kareem Hunt to be. I don't want to see another brother like you know what I mean, go out on his career like what?
Stop it,
man. You're being.
Watch the video. He got pushed, didn't he?
Yeah, his boy got pushed on purpose. He
got pushed because he's trying to get to the girl. They're trying to stop them from getting there.
Yes, his boys.
So her standing around, when grown men are pushing around each other, somebody's liable to get hurt.
Okay.
My little sister been in mosh pits, and she says she gets hurt all the time. I don't know why she keeps going back. She gets hurt all the time in mosh pits, but she still goes. That's what happened. People were jumping around or pushing around grown men, someone's liable to get hurt, and that's what happened. He fell into her, she fell into the wall. Okay, number one, it shouldn't have been happening. He should have been calm, whatever, handled it how he should handle it differently, but he didn't. But they said brutalizes.
No, that's not, and not just that. He wasn't arrested.
And he wasn't arrested. But they said
So
he brutalized this woman, and he didn't brutalize her because not one time did I see him. Like, I'm thinking, did this dude roundhouse her?
I thought he was going to.
No, he kicked her in the leg. Not saying this is okay. Like, I don't want you to understand. I want people to understand, like, that's not okay.
But I feel like
that happened.
They did say that he kicked, that she hit him first. Like, she smacked him or whatever.
Well, you can see that in the video.
Yeah, but regardless, a
Doesn't
man
matter,
is supposed
though. He's a
to.
grown man, he's a grown man.
Man is supposed to always turn the other cheek when it comes to that. And whether that's a whole nother conversation. But it's just, did he deserve to get cut for it? He deserved to get cut for lying. He should, if he was straightforward with the Chiefs, and this comes out because they knew it was out there. I don't know why it took so long, or I think the hotel said that they only released video to the police. So how TMZ got it, I don't know. So, but it's the NFL has an image problem, and they're gonna jump on stuff like this, and I feel bad for everybody that has him in fantasy. That's the first thing I did. I tried to go pick up Spencer Ware. Somebody beat me to it. I was more upset about that. But
wow.
I don't know the girl, and it's different when it's just a video on the internet.
If you know the girl, it's
of course, B. Come on, man. If that's your daughter, niece, cousin, like, you're gonna take that personal. I don't know the girl. She's wrong too for putting herself in that situation.
Oh my God, she's wrong for getting kicked.
For being 19 and like
being 19, going back to
there's always two sides to a story.
You don't
Look,
know.
listen, I wasn't here last week. I wasn't able to talk about the Dwight Howard situation. Like, she had her own fault in that. I said she had her own fault in that story too. Like, when that story breaks and everybody wants to play victim, transgender people identify as, if you're a woman, you're identifying as a man. If you're a man, you identify as a woman, right? When that comes up, you try to shame that other person because, oh, he was fucking a man, he's doing this. Like, no, you were both willing partners, and you try to shame the other person when it doesn't go your way. Same situation here. She's 19, she shouldn't have been there. But, like, she was in the bar. You could at least think somebody was 21. So that's a problem in itself.
And that's the story. If he don't push her down and kick her.
He did not kick her. That, like, you keep talking about that kick. It was more like a disrespectful. It was like a disrespectful nudge, like get out of here.
For that story,
right? Yeah.
The headline for that story was way worse than the video. Like, the headline makes it sound like, I gotta watch this.
Well,
I wish I wouldn't have. I wish I wouldn't have clicked on it.
I wish I wouldn't have clicked on it either if I knew what it was, man. They just would have said, I don't even know what you said, but I don't click on things from TMZ.
Look.
I don't care what they have to post most
of
the time.
TMZ
Last time I clicked on something from TMZ was when Kanye was on it.
But how fake is TMZ? That, like, how fake is it?
They're legitimate.
They're legitimate.
So it's like, it's not fake news.
They break.
It's from where they started. They used to be fake news, and you just post whatever to grab. But now they're really breaking stories, and it's like, you feel bad because CNN, MSNBC, ESPN isn't breaking these stories.
No, they're getting called fake news now.
No, they're getting the information from TMZ. Like, hey, Kareem Hunt.
What do y'all think
TMZ had this out hours before ESPN had it on.
Yeah, and ESPN got to sit there and run around and act. And well, ESPN got the exclusive interview today with Kareem Hunt, so
they had to do something.
We'll see what prepared statement he got. His people to write up for him. I feel bad for the kid. The Eagles are showing interest in him.
I don't know if I feel bad for him.
My pimp hand is strong.
No, he put himself.
I feel bad for him.
I feel bad.
He got kicked on the ground.
I'm not gonna take that far.
That kick.
I don't feel bad for him because he put himself in a situation. Now his job to figure out a way to make it right or make it better or try or whatever.
Nobody knows who this girl is. Nobody will ever know.
It doesn't about not knowing who she is. Just because no one knows it don't mean she deserves to be kicked either.
No,
I'm not saying she deserved any of this situation. I'm just saying, I don't think she deserved what happened to her, but I don't think what happened to him was fair either. Like, I don't think he deserved maybe
what he put himself in.
Just like she put herself in a situation to get.
No, I don't feel bad for him.
No, I don't feel bad for him. I'm just saying he put himself in a bad situation. So did she.
Sure, if you want to say that. I mean, she put herself in a bad situation, yes.
Can we talk about how women don't accept rejection now? It's not okay, like, when women flip that switch on you and they do that to you.
Women have a hard time, yes.
Yeah.
Hearing no.
But I don't want to be called certain things when you point out the obvious. It's just like women say some hurtful things, but us as men, we gotta learn. We learn to take it, and it's just at a millionaire. Well, he's not even a millionaire. Like, what round was he drafted in? He's like a 3rd, 4th round pick.
He's on his first year deal. I mean,
he's a thousandaire.
He's on
Like,
a rookie,
thing with women though,
deal.
women have so much power, so it's not normal for them to hear no.
You see the hotel you're staying at. The hotel you're staying at didn't look.
You know what I mean?
You watch Love and Hip Hop?
No, I don't watch Love and Hip Hop.
I did.
I'm just saying.
I
If you
did.
think about it,
Hey,
women have so much power. They don't. Some women don't know what kind of power they have, but when they figure it out, it's like.
Speaking about women with power, right? I watch Love and Hip Hop. Joe Budden's on it. This whatever you want to call it, not season, whatever. Yeah, this season.
I don't know why they watch Love and Hip Hop.
Because Joe Budden's on it. Well, anyway, they just had a baby. They just had a baby, and he's not holding up his end of the deal in the bedroom. So she feels neglected, and moms, there's postpartum and they whatever. So they're on the way back home, and she's like, I got a hotel room. Let's go there. And he's like, no, I want to go home. She's like, if you go home, you're gonna fall asleep. And you're not going out. And then she gets out the car. And she said he had a senior citizen dick. She got in a taxi and she left. Huh?
Wow.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know where we're going with this.
That women have power. And they don't deal well with rejection.
What would you do? What would you do if your old lady said that to you? What, like on camera in front of everybody?
World,
He's going. This is how we opening up the season.
Oh my God!
The dude, man, he got so much power. Like Denzel, one of the best actors of all time. And when he was giving relationship advice, he said, how is he successful in his marriage for this many years? Which, his wife is no star. He makes all the money, whatever. He said, I shut up and do what I'm told.
Yeah.
That's how he's successful, he said. He said, I shut my mouth and do what I'm told. Because his wife has that much power in the household.
I mean, when you're at that point, like, and he's rich, but when you want to make your woman happy, I mean, you do whatever it takes. Now, Button, I mean, we're jumping topics here, but like that Button,
it's okay to do that. It's okay to do that.
No, but that Joe Button's thing is like girls have a hard time. Like girls here know, and their mind goes crazy. Like they think like,
but if we do that
and everything else,
yeah,
and like it's a big deal.
Let us tell them that they have like some flappy beef curtains and we're wrong.
We got a lot of comments, but I don't really want to visit them right now.
Let's interact. That's why we live.
We gotta interact with the people.
That's why we live.
You really want to visit that?
Huh?
Do you really want to visit that comment?
What comment? Which one? Is it up top?
Somewhere in there. Chris.
Oh, man.
But that's neither here nor there, man.
How about
I
that
have
fight?
my opinion on it, and if it comes off the wrong way, I know what I meant in my head. So it's like,
So Jack struggles that girls struggle with rejection.
it's not really that.
He's telling females to be better. Be better, females.
Everybody be better. Like us as men, we're trash sometimes, and that's who we are. And women, you're the same way. And that's just calling it how it is, man. Like we're not always wrong. You're not always right. So it's looking at that videotape. It's an isolated incident. Nobody said it was okay for him to put hands on her, push her, whatever. But women aren't used to being rejected because, and they don't deal well with it.
Chris makes a good point, but I think he's just a little off base. That's all.
He's rambling a little.
I'm not going to read it because it's pretty long, but
Yeah, he's rambling. But like we appreciate.
I'll read the first part of it. He says, "Who are we as men to judge what is or isn't brutalizing to a woman?"
True.
He has a point. I'm not gonna. I can't argue that. It's like
there was no brutalizing in that video.
Because even if he didn't,
there was no brutalizing. I don't.
Watching the video, yes, I don't think it was brutalizing, but I'm saying like you can mentally or physically brutalize a woman.
Right.
Yes.
And I think that's what Chris is getting at. Like he could have, just because he really didn't touch her, he maybe, he could have.
And how is
could have made her feel some kind of way. It's not brutalizing.
How is a foot kicking you in front of your friends after you've been shoved down
on this kick
and denied, not brutalizing?
That kick.
When that kick don't really move you, it don't do
It
nothing
knocked
to
her back
you.
down.
That kick did.
It knocked her back down.
She was already down. No, she was already down.
Yeah, she was down getting up, and then she got the kick.
No.
First of all, she was up after she fell when the dude hit her. The dude fell into her.
Hit her head hard.
She fell. She was on the ground. She was actually laid out like Tyson Fury.
I thought
no.
she was laid out.
She was laid out. She got up to her when she was like squatting down, like almost like she was about to pee outside. You know how the women do that? They squat. That's how she was. Then he kicked her again. She didn't move. She didn't fall over because of the kick. She fell because she was like, like you act.
He touched her.
What's she acting for?
She was acting.
For what?
For the camera.
There was 3 people there when that happened. It was the kicker, the guy in between, and the girl getting kicked.
Yeah.
Who's she acting for? She trying to win an Oscar?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God. She didn't know the video was going to come out. It was February this happened.
She knew who Kareem Hunt
She knew.
She's been mighty quiet.
She was like, it was Kareem Hunt.
Probably lowered up, man.
I didn't hear about this until the video came out.
You're right.
It was Kareem Hunt.
He didn't know that. So what I'm saying is that Chris got a point when he's saying like we can't say what is brutalizing to someone.
Oh, absolutely not.
So
No, I agree with Chris on part of it.
I don't.
Now brutalize. Let's talk about brutalizing.
Carly says B-Way is borderline supremacy on this.
What is that? Is he serious
And
right
before
now?
that, he said, "Don't get me started," and then it was just like it went in. Look, Quan Lee also has a point.
What? How
These
much
guys-
supremacy?
These guys that are tuning in, man, you guys got points, and I can't argue with you
I
guys.
respect it.
What's their point? Their
No,
point.
Chris is making a good point, and
He is.
like I
Chris is
said,
making
it's
a good
coming
point.
off a certain kind of way. Maybe I'm playing devil's advocate here.
You
And
don't have a point when you're talking about
Chris
it's
has one.
okay to put a foot. Well, Chris might
I
have.
didn't say it was.
But if you're defending somebody putting their foot up against this 19-year-old girl,
Not
and you're an
defending.
NFL running back, one of the best, then you're wrong.
He-
There's no
he-
right about
he
it.
is
When I said he put himself in a bad situation, and so does she.
Oh my God.
Well, we're not taking anything away from it, but we got to take a little bit back from that kick.
I mean,
I think I think the line brutalizing because, you know, the Mike Vick story, what he did to the dog, he brutalized them. He
There was no
killed those
video.
dogs.
There was no video.
There was no dog. He stood there 2 years because
Choked
he
him out.
brutalized some dogs.
No. He didn't go to jail for the dog fight. He went to jail for crossing
Yeah.
state lines.
Yeah.
And nobody gave a fuck about them dogs. And
Nah, that's not true.
there's no video.
Nah, people care.
Oh, people love
No.
them dogs.
Imagine if there were video. He would
No,
never
he
play.
would've never-
He
he
would
would've
never play
never-
for the Eagles
he would've
again.
never
He would
played.
never play ever again
Yeah,
if
They
there were video.
They were protesting outside stadiums for them dogs.
But that's the
people
thing,
love
though.
their dogs.
People
But
care.
We ain't gonna say nothing about. We love
People care
dogs
that.
too.
Who?
Us.
I
You
do.
ain't got no dog.
I do.
So what?
You always
I'm
want a
telling
dog.
people that I love dogs because I know how them people get. They love the animals.
Them people?
What do you
Yes. Them animal owners. I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
Them
Quan
dog owners.
said he sells real supremacy like.
Oh my God. This guy. What do you need friends for?
But that's
What
neither
do
here
you
nor
need
there,
enemies
man.
for?
There was
when
a
you got
video.
friends
There was
like
a
that?
video of Joe Mixon knocking the soul out of this poor girl, and it's down in Florida.
Man.
He got his second chance in the league, and like I told y'all.
But that's again, he was young. He was just
nah,
coming in.
no.
No, that's what I'm saying. But he was a highly talented college football player coming into the league.
Right.
If he had already been in the league, I think it'd been a little different.
Well, hopefully the Bengals pick him up. It'd be a nice 1-2 punch. Pick Kareem Hunt up.
There it is.
That's a
Terrible.
horrible thing to
Nice
say,
1-2
man.
punch.
That is terrible, man. Hold on, man. Before we move forward, if anyone is in need of credit repair, building credit, business loans, counseling, contact the Credit Lab here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Contact them for a free consultation at www.thecreditlab.com. You can follow them on Facebook, on their Facebook page at the Credit Lab as well. And their phone number is 717-509-8899. And if you mention Opinionated Facts, or you heard about them from Opinionated Facts, you get $50 off your first startup fee. So, moving forward, talking about brutalized. I mean, like, how did this boxer feel, Wilder, after he thought he had a 12th round knockout, and this guy gets up like the Undertaker? He must have felt brutalized when that guy got up. And was like, whoa, like I gotta finish this fight. And at that point when he got up, like Wilder had to be thinking, like, yeah, I'm gonna lose this fight. Because that was his only shot at winning.
No. I don't think that. I don't think the fight was a lot closer than.
It's just because people talk about
people were
Fury outboxing. What he did, his head movement was great. He wasn't giving him a target to hit, but he wasn't doing anything.
There's not a person that has fought Wilder that hasn't outboxed him.
Right. But it's getting worse
He's
each
not
time
a
out.
boxer necessarily, but all it takes, literally, like people talk about that one-hitter quitter strength.
He really has.
No,
it.
he really has it.
Like Ortiz.
People
was
say,
giving him a
oh, it only
boxing
takes
lesson.
one for like Golovkin. Nah, I've seen Golovkin hit Canelo or whatever, him not go down. Wilder, anyone he's ever hit, that he's hit cleanly, has went to sleep Even Fury last night went to
Fury
sleep for a couple
5
seconds.
Yeah.
He was asleep for a couple seconds, and his eyes open. He sat up like, "What the hell's going on?" This guy, I'm thinking the ref's going to wave it off because the way he fell,
Oh,
it
it looked
looked
bad.
over.
It looked
like
bad.
even Wilder gave him the throw
Yeah.
slash like it's over. Everyone thinks it's over.
The whole fight party, I was
And-
at there and got excited. Started slapping fives, like, we're going for the brother. So everybody was dapping up, and that, man, we thought it was over.
It looked over. 5-6 seconds, that thing was over.
Yeah. That he
So I don't
got
know
up.
how he got up. I'm disappointed it was a draw, but I mean I understand why. And those 2 knockdowns, I guess, if he didn't get those, he would have lost by 6 rounds. It seems like.
Yeah.
So those 2
That judge
knockdowns
that had
saved
him,
them.
that had him winning 114, 110, or 111, like that was horrible. I had Wilder winning by that big of a margin. If anything,
I
it was
thought
a
Wilder
close
won the
fight.
first 2 rounds, and then he stole a couple other 2, and then plus the 2 knockdowns. I mean, yeah, you got him up.
I thought he was up. I thought he was up.
I can see how he would have him.
Wilder?
I can see how he.
Yeah,
that
Wilder.
judge
I
would
thought
have
he
him
was up. I had him up like, early, and then
Like you see, you know what I mean? He takes those.
It's just
10,
the
8
rounds
rounds, or 2
that
10, 8 rounds.
he lost Wilder were clear as day. Like he wasn't doing anything. Like, and it's just, it was a hard fight to judge if you had to judge it. But it's just,
And
it's gonna be a
the crowd
rematch.
played
in
a
couple
big
months.
part though, because every time Fury
Yep.
danced
Yeah.
or something, they go crazy. It's like,
yeah,
and I kind of got tired of watching that. Kind of got tired of watching him,
jerky,
like,
jerky,
yeah, it's just
jerky,
like,
jerky.
Guys raising his hands at everything, and it's like, I mean, I guess that's how he fights. He tries to get in your head. I get it, but
I thought it was good for the heavyweight division, man.
it was bad. The draw was bad for the heavyweight division, and now that pushes the Joshua fight back maybe.
But the
Yeah.
fight was good. And Joshua was being scared, too. Joshua should have been fighting one of those
Yeah,
two.
he's scared. He is definitely scared.
I wouldn't say Josh was scared. He offered them the money that they deserve, and they don't take it. Like he's the A side.
No.
Yeah.
Wilder agreed 15 minutes to go over there. That's what they offered him.
Okay.
And he was taking it. And then Joshua wouldn't take the $50 million. That don't make sense to me.
First of all, boxing needs, federation.
They won't. They need a commission. They need a commission.
Yeah,
And the guy that's somebody like Bernard Hopkins has mentioned that, and he would be a perfect person for that position. And there was a good fight.
This is why you shouldn't fight like when you're old. Like as soon as you said Bernard Hopkins, like I was thinking of that last fight he fought where he got knifed to the ropes.
It doesn't take away from his whole.
And he looked so
career,
bad,
man.
like walking around. Like
He's
he
still
like,
B-hop, man.
he was still in shape, but his body was like flabby and sick because he was like so old.
You
but,
were
like-
thick again, man. I don't like it.
No, I said flabby and sick. Like
Thick. I heard thick.
said-
I heard 6. But
yeah, thank you. I heard sick because I said sick. But anyway, he was walking around. It was just bad, man. Like I don't want. It was like he couldn't move the same. Like I don't know.
You're not
Go
gonna
he
move
back
was
the
and
same
forth.
52
at
years old,
46,
though,
man.
in
I
his
know.
defense.
I felt bad for him out there. He
And
was
he-
fighting a quality opponent.
No, he wasn't.
Somebody knocked him through the ropes.
That kid lost his next fight.
He said he got
He
pushed.
hasn't.
We saw the fight.
He got pushed, yo.
We saw
He
the
was so
fight.
adamant about that, he got pushed.
Man, listen, I'll be adamant about it too, I guess. But sorry, Hop. I mean, we love you, though.
Everybody,
We
Father
love you,
Time is
B-Hop.
always undefeated,
Yeah.
man. And I don't know if you saw
That's the
Don-
whole reason why the whole. I'm sorry.
No, that's not about Father Time. Adonis Stevenson, who's been
Yeah.
a champion for a good
I've
decade.
never been so happy to see a person get
Oh
knocked
my
out. in my
God,
life.
hard. Well, I take that back, man, because he's still in the hospital. But
Jeez.
I don't mean it like I don't mean. Look,
No,
that's
no,
part of
but
the
I
game.
called
You
it.
step in that ring, you know what's going to happen. Like that's a
no,
possibility.
because he's been ducking and dodging everybody.
But you
He's
see
been-
why? Because as soon as he got hit, it was sleep. He was sleep. Like he was in fetal position,
Yeah,
sleeping.
that guy had Teddy Atlas in his corner. Teddy Atlas will make you run through a wall, man. Like, that kid, he's good, and Teddy Atlas took him to that next level. But that's neither here nor there. It's just.
But that's the thing. That's the
You
reason
can only fake the
why,
funk for so
like
long.
UFC with their commission and then Dana White makes all the big fights happen.
And he's
And-
also seeing all the money too.
Yeah, I understand that. He is all seeing all the money, but again, we see all the best fights. Some of them cards that they have, man, you can't see that anywhere. Some of those
I
big
wouldn't.
names they got fighting in the UFC
I
for
wouldn't.
the UFC fans. But
Yeah.
boxing, you don't get that. You don't get the Joshua's fighting the Wilders when it's supposed to happen, or the Mayweather's fighting the Pacquiao when it's supposed to happen. Not when one's damn near retired and the other one still fighting for money.
Did you guys hear Dana White call out Oscar De La Hoya for setting up that
Yeah.
Chuck Liddell fight?
Yeah, because Chuck Liddell, look, you see what happened to him. This guy's never going to be right again now. Like they said, this guy could never fight again.
But
Medically.
Dana White called Oscar De La Hoya. What do you call him? He's like he's a coke sniffing son of a something.
Oh, man, that's what he said about him.
Yeah, he's like I wish the California Box Commission would let him come out of retirement so someone could kick his ass.
Oh man, this disrespect.
We don't want to see De La Hoya fight no more. So
Disrespect. Speaking of the disrespect, moving forward again. I think Georgia's going to be disrespected today.
Stop it. They lost.
They
lost.
They lost.
We
should have
watched.
beat LSU.
Stop. If they number one,
no.
if Georgia was number 1 and had lost to Bama that was number 4, they still be in the college playoff, and Bama would be out.
We watched the 2 best teams in college football yesterday.
No, we didn't.
No, don't do that to Clemson. Clemson deserves their respect. They've been in it every year for the last 3 years.
No disrespect to Stevens.
And Notre Dame, they're very deserving. Like you make your schedule. You don't make your
Notre
schedule up
Dame
year by
are
year.
bums.
Like on paper, they play a hard schedule. You can't it's not their fault. USC is who they are now.
I don't care about Notre Dame.
On paper, USC is an independent, and they on paper they have a tough schedule. And I respect whenever they go undefeated or one loss.
I respect Notre Dame as being in the playoffs.
Will they get their doors blown off by Alabama?
If they would
Probably.
play in a conference title game.
You're independent. You can't.
Exactly. They got to find a way to play in that game. They don't deserve it. Now they're at the
do
number 3.
deserve it.
Everybody else out there is putting their perfect season or their playoff hopes at risk by playing a conference title game like Ohio State, Oklahoma, Alabama, Georgia. You see what happened to them? They were about to be out because they lost in a title game that if they were independent, they would still be in.
Look,
Clemson.
I don't disagree with you. But what I'm saying, Clemson hasn't played anybody all year. That's what
But you can only say if you don't
That's
set up that
debatable.
big matchup in your non-conference, the ACC is what it is. The ACC is down.
We know Clemson's good.
So we know Clemson is good. It's just
Why?
What do you mean?
Why do we know Clemson's
They had the same team they had last year when they were in it. They're still good.
No.
We know they're good. They got 4 first-round defensive linemen.
The ACC may be the worst conference
They have
in
4
America. I mean, the worst Power 5
first-round
conference.
defensive linemen. You win the game up front. All those guys are going first round.
The ACC is bad. They
I'm not
played
saying they're
a
good.
6-6 Pitt team
I'm not
in
saying
the ACC
I'm not saying
championship.
they're good. Once formerly ranked Pitt this year.
6-6.
They were ranked this year.
They're 6-7 now.
They were ranked this year, and they're going to a bowl game.
It might not.
Now they're going.
Yeah, losing record.
All you gotta do is get the 6 games, I think you get a bowl game.
Look.
Pretty sure in college football, if you get the 6 wins.
500, man.
Nah, I'm pretty
I
sure.
thought it was
6
500
wins
too.
gets you there.
And it's 5. I mean, they're 5, and they don't pack a big, money package. Like they don't have a big following.
Who?
Pitt.
Oh.
They're not gonna bring a lot of money to the game. So I don't see. I mean, you got to give Clemson that just due because they're undefeated. But we watched the best teams in college football play yesterday. Clemson against Georgia would be Georgia by 21.
So you don't think Oklahoma is just as good as Georgia?
I don't think Oklahoma's good at all.
Defensively, they're as bad as I've ever seen.
Big 12 plays no defense.
Yeah,
Look,
Kyler Murray. I want to see
Kyler
Kyler Murray on
will-
that stage, man.
Disrespect any team.
I
They ain't got to stop no one because no one can stop them yet.
want to see them against a quality defense.
You don't think Ohio State's good? Because Haskins is one of the best throwers I've seen for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, the Buckeyes got, 2 losses? 1 loss?
They got 1 loss
1 loss?
to a
They
Purdue
lost.
team that was very bad.
I think.
No, only 1 loss to Purdue.
I thought they lost another game.
No, they lost to Purdue. That's the only reason why they're in the position because
They should've lost
dropped
to
behind
Maryland.
Oklahoma just because of the loss that they took to Purdue was like 20, 24 points or 29 points or something.
Against Georgia? Any of those teams?
Yeah,
Georgia
it's the
is
same
loaded.
team that lost to LSU.
Yeah,
Mediocre
LSU,
LSU team.
not mediocre.
Well,
LSU got 10
two,
wins.
3 losses.
Yeah, 10 wins.
Number 10 in the country though.
2, 3 losses.
Like mediocre.
2, 3 losses.
SEC though.
2, 3 losses.
SEC losses aren't the same as just ACC losses,
Okay.
right? You go to SEC, you got probably 7, 8 teams in the top 25 in the country.
Yeah,
This,
it's hard.
this isn't one of those LSU teams.
That could be the college playoffs there.
There's 8.
Honestly, you think about it, you can get Georgia and Alabama and LSU and probably Florida all in that same college football playoff, and it'd still be a good one.
There's 8 SEC teams ranked right now. 8.
That's
like-
like murderer's row.
Double every other conference.
That is murderer's row.
So, if Georgia can slip up, yeah, okay. I mean,
You
it's
don't
hard,
back
it's
into
hard
the
to be
playoffs.
perfect.
Just like if Alabama would have lost yesterday, they still would have made the playoffs. But I don't.
Rightfully so.
It's not rightfully so. You don't lose and then go into a championship game. Like it's the way.
Who was in the championship last year? It was
They didn't lose the game right
It was
before.
Alabama and Georgia.
Alabama
they
and Georgia,
didn't win
right?
their conference, and then they had 1 loss. It's when you lose sometimes.
So who? Because Georgia won the SEC title last year, right?
Right.
And Alabama still went to the playoffs and won the
But if a team
playoff
loses
game.
their conference title game,
The thing was about Alabama that time.
They lost early.
They lost, and they were number one like all year.
They were number one all year. It would have been the same thing if Georgia would have beat them this year.
No,
they
would
would
beat them in the conference title game.
But they were number one all year.
If Georgia would have beat them, Georgia slides up to number 2. Clemson goes to number 1. Alabama falls back to number 4. It happens because everyone knows Alabama's got to be in it.
You
Has that
can't
ever
watch
happened?
Georgia and tell me that there's 3 better teams. Like, well, it might be 3, but I'm taking them against over Notre Dame too. But
I think
there's not
You gotta
5
prove
better
it. You gotta
teams.
prove it.
I think Georgia falls back to number 6. I think they're going to be out. They're going to fall back to number 6.
Yeah, they're out.
I think
They're out.
Oklahoma moves up to 4. Ohio moves up to number 5 because they didn't look good against Northwestern last night. But they move up to 4. Oklahoma, Ohio State moves up to 5. Georgia moved it back to number 6 just because of the loss. Even though, if you look at the game, for the first 50 minutes, they deserve the title. They
You
deserve
think
one.
if Tua doesn't get hurt, that Georgia wins?
I thought they were coming back the entire time. It didn't matter who was being the quarterback. At some point, Tua was going to get
Think
rolling.
Tua catching the belt for not playing that good yesterday?
Yes, he caught the belt last night in the hospital with his ankles taped
Somebody
up.
explain that story.
His dad is Joe Jackson. He watched the Jackson 5 movie, and he's like, it's that hard love. And, like, I don't know what their background story, poverty, I don't know. Like, it breeds
His
a
dad,
different type of, I don't know if his dad does that to all his kids, but he decided to share that in the interview.
His dad still talked about it. His dad said,
Well, no.
also said that, well,
Well, he has
people don't know who we're
another
talking about. We're talking about Tua Tagovailoa, whatever his name is, Alabama quarterback.
The Alabama quarterback's dad used to beat him for playing bad in games.
Not playing bad. Remember, he said he could throw for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, but have 1 interception. And he got a beating for having that 1 interception. So it didn't matter the kind of game. He can't have any turnovers. There was no interceptions. That's what he used to get beat for. And his dad said there was 2 things in the house that there was no discussion about, which was the faith and the discipline.
Yeah, I mean, you got your morals.
Sounds
morals
crazy.
are your morals.
I mean, he's got
The dude sounds crazy.
He got another D1 coming up anyway. So
So,
Number 1 quarterback in the country, right?
we can't say it don't work.
His brother.
When that guy won last year, Tua, and he came in and he let him back, and the first thing he did after that win was go find his dad and give him a big hug. So, I mean, the relationship is not bad. I'm
I
assuming.
mean, we're this is
No,
human,
that's
it's human
every
nature.
game.
We're gonna judge it in like what you would do in that situation.
The
or what
relationship
I
can't be
would do.
bad.
The family moved to Alabama to be with.
Right.
their
So like
son.
when you read
Let's
the
go get him.
headlines, you think, oh man, he was abused as a kid. But there's a truth, and then there's their story, and then like what the media is gonna portray it as. Like they joked about it on College Game Day. Is there something to joke about? No, because like
Kids
it
get
might-
beatings now. They need beatings now.
whether it works,
I don't know if
for
they
Tua-
should be getting beatings.
No, they should.
I don't know for throwing interceptions, but I mean, like, you know how we get when our kid does something on the football field? Like, we get angry.
It's frustrating.
You almost want to do something.
Yeah,
His dad was like, nah, I'm doing it. Like, don't talk about it, be about it. So, yeah, I see my son on the team, and he ain't going 100%. That makes me angry. So, and then mistakes are made when that happens. You miss a tackle, you don't chase this man down the field, whatever.
we always say we're wrong for it. Like we're always say we're wrong for our kids like playing bad or not doing something on the field. Like that's supposed to be a fun time for them. And I think like if we do that, we take the fun out of it or the love out of it.
You think that though, but
Genuine.
you think there's 2 types of dads, yo. There's Tua's dad and there's Kiki Jefferson's dad.
Yeah.
Like you see how he says he don't talk about it at all.
Yeah.
That's how he kind of copes with it. And his dad says he beats him. So it's like there's no middle ground. Like you'll be all right. You're either angry or you're not angry.
Hey man, who's gonna play Jalen Hurts in the Lifetime movie?
Me.
You.
You can't do it like Jalen Hurts.
Yo, that dude, that was God, yo. Like if you didn't believe in God, if you watched this Alabama game last night, yo, and you knew the backstory with Jalen Hurts and Tua.
Well, give our listeners
believe-
the
you believe
backstory,
it or not?
man.
All right, Jalen Hurts.
26-2?
As a starter for Alabama for the 2 previous seasons before this one, he was 26-2.
SEC Player of the Year.
SEC Player of the Year, national champion.
Not the best quarterback.
Already
but
national
he
champion.
wins games. Like, let's throw that in there because Tua is a better quarterback. But
Leads his team to another national championship.
to the game. Yeah.
Plays in the first half of the national championship last year. Looked terrible. Bama was down big by 13 at halftime. So they knew they needed a throwing quarterback to, lead them back and to make a comeback. So they put it in Tua. Tua, if you've seen that game from last year, it's a classic. If you haven't seen it, Tua throws a touchdown in overtime to win the game. He looks like the greatest thing that has ever come into Alabama. We're like, oh, Tua. So Tua starts this year. He comes in. He starts. He has a Heisman-like season, which he might have lost the Heisman last night. But up until then, which I still think he should win it, because he didn't play in the fourth quarter all year because of him. So he's the best player in the best conference. He deserves the Heisman. He should win the Heisman. He goes out. He gets injured early, but he was already playing. He wasn't playing that great, but he got injured early, and then he got injured again. Another ankle injury. It was 2 ankle injuries. He went out of the game. Hurts comes in. Same guy from last year that got pulled, that didn't start this year. Senior. But I forgot to mention that he's a senior, and he could have transferred. He could have went to any other college that anybody would have took him because of his resume, and he decided to stay. Decided to use his last year at Alabama as a non-starting quarterback, sitting on the bench waiting his turn. Yesterday gets the chance, and they're down 7.
Yeah.
They're down 7 when he comes in, drives them right down the field. 7-9 for 82 yards and a touchdown, scores, ties the game up, then goes down again, runs in a 15-yard run to give them the lead to win the game with 1 minute to go on the clock. Crazy story. I was like, I think I'm watching God right now. Like, God's working.
Well, Nick Saban got choked up after the game talking about it.
Never seen that before.
How many recruits did he get?
Never seen Nick Saban get that way. Like,
it was genuine,
crying.
though. It was genuine. But,
because, that's tough for, Nick. You might like this quarterback. You might love Jalen, but Tua gives you the best chance to win.
Look at Clemson.
But that's what he said.
Yeah.
Nick Saban said, this is hard for me. I'm a loyal guy. This guy 26-2 with us.
It's the same situation at Clemson, but he decided to transfer.
Exactly. And it's the same situation.
But it's always clear cut. There's no really right or wrong. It's what's right or wrong for that player.
Exactly, and how you feel. But Kelly Bryant was right about that. He went to the season. He went to the season starting. It ain't like Hurts went to the season starting and they lost the game, and
That's the number 1 recruit.
They didn't lose the game.
Lawrence.
Yeah, but he didn't lose. They didn't lose the game. He ain't like he threw 10 picks or 4 picks or whatever, and this guy comes in and deserves to start. Like Kelly Bryant said, it was about how it was handled. I didn't do anything to lose the job, and that was his problem with it. So I understand that.
But we're seeing, these guys are seeing these guys every day at practice, so they know what's going on and who's looking good and who's not. Tua, they said was dominating in practice last year. And they couldn't do anything to get him on the field because they were blowing teams out by whatever. And they never really struggled. And the minute they did struggle, they put Tua in just to see what he can do because he's been dominating their practice all year. And boom, it just changed the whole culture of the team. And it's hard to say, he made a great team greater. That's hard to do. If you're trying to, that's how you show how great you are.
It is because they are a better team with Tua playing quarterback. There's no question about that. You think of those last 12 minutes yesterday. You may not think so. Oh man, Jalen looked phenomenal. He looked just as good out there as Tua.
Does Jalen get a shot at the league?
I told you earlier. I told you a couple weeks back that he's going to get a shot in the league.
Yeah, he gets a shot. Is he going to be in the league as a quarterback? No.
He's more composed than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's a better athlete. He's more composed than Lamar. He's probably a better thrower than Lamar.
Say probably a better passer.
I feel like
he showed that he's a better passer than he was last year during this game.
He did. He came in there and was dropping some dimes.
Oh my
God. He was dropping some dimes when he got in there.
So he's a lot better than what he was, and absolutely he gets a shot in the NFL.
I just think Braxton Miller. That's all. That's not a disrespect.
It is.
That's not. He's a good athlete, but he's not a quarterback.
Braxton wasn't as big.
Braxton wasn't good as a passer either.
How big is Hurts?
Hurts 6'1", ain't he 6'2"?
Well, I just think he can make the league as an athlete, as a receiver. That's no disrespect. That's not. I just don't see quarterback. Hey, those coaches are paid millions, and all it takes is one coach to believe in, and that's.
I don't know.
That's fine. I just don't think. I just don't think.
I think
there's a lot of guys that are in college, and you wouldn't think that they have NFL careers, and but just looking at it on paper, I don't think he is an NFL quarterback, and that's not really a bad thing. Maybe the Arena League is an option.
Jesus.
You like how I threw that in there? You like how I threw that in there?
This is disrespectful, man.
Speaking of disrespect, man.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, how about the Cowboys?
Let's talk about the Cowboys. I guess we got to talk about them because they did beat a quality opponent, and no one thought they were going to win that game. And they didn't deserve to win that
I'm
game.
about to say, the game was
Defense played great,
40 played on both
but
parts.
Drew Brees was throwing passes that I've never seen Drew Brees throw before. But I'm not making excuses. The Cowboys, they won out. They got the win, and that's all that matters.
Said, man, make them uncomfortable, punch them in the mouth, and that's what they did, man. They got away. It was a horribly called game on both sides.
Do you believe they still win the NFC East? I'm not sure yet.
Yes.
I'm still not sure.
Said, yes, easy.
I'm still not sure on it.
The Eagles are still depleted.
I'm not saying the Eagles weren't secondary. Their secondary is as bad as I ever seen.
Everybody's back, man. Everybody's coming back.
Okay, you guys got to beat the Redskins today.
They don't cover anybody. Me and Braden Wade could be out there running routes. They don't cover anyone.
I'm a pretty good route runner.
Yeah, but you're not that fast at all anymore. So
I can still get open.
you don't even have tight end speed.
Oh,
Oh, man.
that's deep.
I can get open 2 plays in the NFL.
2.
Oh.
What, on who?
Whoever's guarding me.
Yeah, the Eagles corners.
Nah,
Anyone get open on them.
man, I still got 2 routes left in me. 2 routes. I'm waiting till my son gets older. So I can go one-on-one with him.
He's gonna pull something.
Man, that's going
Oh,
Keep
man.
waiting for him to get older, man. You might as well do it now. You got the height advantage. You might as well do it now.
B-Wade's known
Nah,
for pulling hammies, too.
Oh, man.
Damn.
He's known for pulling hammies,
I
yo.
remember that, man.
They're bringing all the
Like it was
jokes
yesterday.
out.
Were you with us
man.
at Denny's? We won't talk about it. We won't talk about Denny's. No, matter of fact, it's
I'm
closed,
talking
Joe.
about high school.
It's closed. We can tell the story, right? Can we tell the story, B?
Go ahead, man. I want to hear it.
Denny's is closed, yo. This was 15 years ago.
I don't know what happened, man.
Hold on, how old were we? I don't think I was even. You were driving, so
I don't know.
you had to be at least 17,
This was
18.
college, man. Don't
Oh, so you were like 19 then. I had to be like 17.
statute
Yo.
of limitations is
I had to run out. Denny's is closed.
Statute of limitations out. This is before I was Mr. Way.
We didn't steal anything though. Like you make it sound like we stole something. We didn't steal anything.
Didn't we eat and leave?
No, we didn't eat. Remember, all we got was the drinks. We had drink. We were waiting on the food. The food was being cooked.
Oh, okay. That makes the story a little better. That makes the story a little better. Go ahead, you can tell it.
We might have ate.
It don't make
You
sense
know
if
what?
you didn't eat, man.
I'm not sure if we didn't eat. I think we actually did eat.
For the purpose of the story, you
Anyway, we got the bill. So we had to eat because the bill came. Remember, we didn't have enough to pay for the bill. Everyone at the table, we're all in college, or I think I was still in high school. We didn't have the money. Bill came, looked at it. We added all the money up, and we just didn't have it. Like there was no way around it. Like there was no way to add it up and be like, look, we just didn't have it. We thought, looking at the menu, we ordered. You look at the menu, it says $6.99 or something. And if you ask for like a substitution or something, add it down, but they don't say nothing.
Man.
So you go with what you think you can cover. Like, okay, I got $7. I'm gonna order the meal for $6.99. You forget at the time it's about taxes and substitution and plus your drink. So then here, by that time you're at the $9. So you only got $7. So here, you can't leave a tip and you can't even pay for the tire bill. So we're all looking at this bill like we ain't got it. What are we gonna do?
I'm trying to correlate the
We're coming up. We're trying to come up with things, and we're like, gotta go. Just gotta,
Please don't tell me you pulled his hamstring.
we ain't gotta leave. No, see, B-Wade's hamstring was already pulled,
Oh.
so he couldn't run.
That might have been high school age.
Yeah,
So we're getting up. People are going to the bathroom. They're nervous now. Like, what are we gonna do? Lady's coming back. The waitress coming back, wondering, like, hey, okay, just take your time, and she leaves. So we came with this idea: let B-Wade just walk out to the car because he can't run. We were just gonna run out together, but B-Wade can't make it.
Yeah.
So we give him his time. He starts walking out.
They didn't give me much time.
He starts walking out to the car. He's out both doors. Walk out both doors to get to the parking lot. He walks out both doors. His car is parked right in front of the door. So all you gotta do is get in. But you gotta go off the curb and get into his car. I didn't know what was going on. I came back from the bathroom. They must have had already pre-planned and he was already going to walk out.
Trying to take his
No, I knew what was going on. I'm saying I didn't know that we were starting the process. I sit back down. Samar's over here, and he's sipping on his drink, and I'm like, "Where's B-Wade gone?" I'm like, "He already gone." Samar's sitting there laughing, drinking the soda. He's looking down at the cup, just laughing. I'm like, "I'm out of here." 'Cause I'm nervous. So I jump up, I run out. Samar jumps up, he runs out. B-Way, lo and behold, hasn't still made it to the car.
Oh, man.
I'm the driver, too, right?
He's the driver. So I'm like, damn, we get into the car, me and Samar, we jump into the car. B-Way still following around with the handle and everything. You know?
It's like that guy in the Kevin Hart story when he's like, still trying to get through it, all the stuff. But when they passed me, I tried to pick up and turn into a second gear because they passed me running. So just to bring the hamstring back
to turn
into
into
play.
a second gear. He started grabbing his hamstring all over. This guy pulled a hamstring running out of Denny's, man.
It was already pulled.
It was already pulled, but he was holding it. He's trying to get to the car. He's hopping. Like, that's the slowest getaway ever. We jump in, we looking back, we see her. She's at the table. She's checking the bill. And there's no money on the thing. You can look all she wants. She's looking out the window like she sees us doing this shit. Like we were young.
I hope y'all didn't get her fired.
It was probably Denny's closed a little bit after that.
Man, that was a long time ago.
Hey, that was 15 years ago.
That was high school days.
Yeah, so don't hold that against me when my son is watching this and you try some stuff like that, you get punched in the chest. Yeah, so back to the Cowboys, because we left the Cowboys there for a second too.
Sorry, I just get distracted when I talk about them guys.
They legit.
Real deal.
Speaking in general of, because we've never been here. We've never been in this seat that we're at Eagles fans. We're still the champs. Whether we want to say whatever, we're 5-6. We're still the champs, or whatever our record is.
That's why I still believe in them.
That's not the point.
I'm living off last year.
Why does the shit talking get worse?
What do you mean?
I have the crown on my head. Why do you feel like you need to be louder and bolder? Like, hey, I work with Cowboys fans and I work with a Rams fan, right? So I get the shit every week. So it's like every Monday, I feel like my team is not, like I had to tell a Rams fan, it's like, where do you get off? Tell them, like, your record is what it is, but your stadium is an Airbnb. Like, you don't, like you're not this storied franchise. Like, y'all just moved to LA. Like, y'all staying at an Airbnb until everything gets settled with your new home. Cowboys,
Rams are pretty good.
they are, but win something. Like, don't, like, we used to talk our shit, but, like, I wouldn't talk shit to a Patriots fan or whomever. Like, that's the champs. Like, my team is just trying to make the playoffs, trying to get a shot. It's like they base their relevance on what the Eagles are doing. They celebrate Eagles losses more than they celebrate their team's wins.
I think you just feel that way because you're an Eagles fan. And
It never used to be that bad when we were trash. I've been through 3 and 13 seasons, and it was like, Eagles. Like, but now it's like Eagles go down by a touchdown in the first quarter, and you thinking it's the game's over.
Well,
It's like extra. I got shit talked by Giants fans. Like they really were like every little thing that happened in the game. Like I'm looking at Facebook, I get bored, and then like, oh wow, like you're still whatever your record is. Man.
the Giants almost beat us last week.
They did. They should have. They were up 19-0.
But they lost.
But they lost.
I think it was like last week on the show we were talking big stuff. Like, well, not me because
Until the Eagles are eliminated, you can't say shit to me.
But before I seen their secondary for the last time, I thought maybe 5-1, but we may not win another game.
We may not win another game. We're gonna beat the Redskins.
Playoffs.
If Colt
Playoffs.
I didn't say anything about playoffs.
No, I'm saying that.
No, but right now we're not gonna lose to the Redskins with Colt McCoy. If Colt McCoy, man,
I've seen teams that have quarterbacks that should not be carve us up.
What to say? I don't know what your like expectations of the Eagles are.
Tomorrow's a big game.
We
We
look
win
pretty
that.
bad.
It's different. It's going to be different. We win that.
I still feel like we're in the middle of it.
Oh, we
It's
are.
not-
We're in the thick of things because the
when we
NFC
get into
East.
the playoffs, it's a whole like the
9 wins to
Saints and
get
the Rams
you the NFC East.
We're still gonna be in the middle of it.
You guys know you
So,
play the Cowboys next weekend, right?
until the clock hits 0.
We know who they are though. They're not
Okay.
that consistent. We know
When
that.
the game really matters.
You watch that
when
defense.
the Cowboys win a game that really matters.
Yeah, that defense is tough. You got America Casino. That defense is the real deal.
Yeah, and they got to make up for all
It's
the
gotten
Dak,
better.
all the Dak
But it wasn't that
shortcomings,
great in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, well.
Van Der Esch covers up
Van
a lot
Der
of
Esch
things,
gonna
man.
be-
Yo,
Yeah.
Jalen Smith be flying. He looked like he had Notre Dame.
Football got him ready for this.
He looked like he had Notre Dame.
And their weak spot is their corners, and people don't attack that enough.
No, our weak spots aren't the corners. They're
definitely
balling.
are.
But no, that's the thing. Your front
They're
seven,
young.
Weak spot, but if you're not understanding what I'm saying, I'm not saying that they're weak. I'm saying your weak spot. If there's a weak spot in that defense, it's not your linebackers. It ain't your front four.
but your front
It's
seven
your-
makes up
it's your
for
secondary.
your
Is
short
Matt not
corners.
right by that?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep.
You're one of those guys who don't think you guys do nothing wrong.
I didn't say that. No, Dak Prescott holds the ball too long.
All right,
Fumbles.
so wrapping up. Cause we gotta get up out of here. It's been a nice Sunday.
Come on,
morning.
man. I gotta
Talk to
check my
TCB.
fantasy team. We gotta go.
Hey,
Yeah.
man.
Just saying. Any shout outs you want to get to? Shout outs, Red.
You want to give our fantasy picks for the week, man? Y'all did that last week. I enjoyed that.
Oh, well,
Anybody that you have on your fantasy team that you want to share that, is a sleeper or... Like me, I'm in a playoff game today. Winning, I'm in. I've never been in the playoffs in our fantasy league. I might shed a tear if I make the playoffs because I just don't know what it feels like. But
I'm gonna give y'all a sleeper, but it's not really a sleeper because everyone knows it. You probably should start Spencer Ware. Just saying. Just saying. He's out there. If he's out there, you got to pick him up this morning. You need to start running back. Kareem Hunt's not coming back anytime soon, so.
who are they
Spencer
playing? They're playing Oakland. Yeah, start anybody.
Spencer Ware's the guy to start today for me.
if you don't have Adams from Green Bay, the running back.
Yes,
He's
Adam
been
been coming on.
Yeah, he's been having a good couple weeks. So make sure you got him in if you have him on your team. If you don't have him in already, you're probably slacking.
Also, the Seahawks run game, Carson, Mike Davis, those two, they're playing the 49ers. So, I mean, Sherman, he's a little upset about whatever, but he's not a run stopper, so I would have Carson going today probably.
And I pick up the Packers defense against Arizona. Like, I feel like they're gonna have a good game.
Packers D ain't good against anybody.
No, but they're up there in sacks this year. Like, I'm just talking about fantasy wise. Like, I don't feel like they're gonna give a lot of points to Arizona. Arizona's been struggling. So just for the week, if you need a good defense, I go with the Packers against Arizona.
I'm one of those guys with the defense. I just pick up whoever has a better matchup that week. I just keep dropping defenses, picking defenses up. I don't keep the same defense.
I know I've been doing that too. I used to stay
defenses
try
let
to
you
stay
down.
consistent with a defense. I mean, the Bears' defense has been consistent.
Yeah, they have.
So, other than that, Red ain't shouting out nobody.
Well, I didn't get a chance. He cut me off.
Oh, good.
Like, it could be God though. So that you never know.
Could be good.
Never know.
I didn't cut you off. You didn't get started.
I was about to. You said, "Oh, let's talk about fantasy." Like my shout-outs aren't good enough.
Damn. No, I was like, we'll get back to it.
You
It wasn't like, shut up, I don't want to hear it.
I felt.
Nah, don't do
I
that
felt
to
way.
me. I already said some
I probably
questionable
deserve
things
it.
this episode.
I probably deserve it.
Not for me.
Nah, I deserve it. You're right. It's okay.
Shout outs, though. Shout outs.
Nah, I don't have any, man. Jack.
Jack, what's up with shout outs?
What do I got?
Jack, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to everybody.
Everybody that's listening.
I agree. Shout out to everyone
everybody
that's
that's listening, everybody that's watching. Make sure you follow the page on Facebook. Make sure you follow the Opinionated Facts page on YouTube. Subscribe to that page. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and all that good stuff with the socials. Dixon, you got any shout outs over there behind the camera?
Shout out to you guys.
Hey, make sure that we got King's Court coming soon.
Yes. Done with our pilot. We did our pilots, and now we're going to set our launch date when we're going to start.
Definitely. So make sure you support that podcast when it drops. Other than that, I'm keeping it to the 7-letter family still. We're out of here. Stay laid up, stay prayed up, stay out the way, and listen to what some old folks have to say. See you guys next week. Peace.